back with another live stream, and Happy New Year to everybody. It is my first live stream of 2026. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and good New Year's. I am now back. And forgive me for being a bit late. I'm only about half an hour late in the end. I thought it was going to be more like 45 minutes late, but I've caught up 15 minutes. So I'll give it a few minutes to see if anybody joins me tonight. I'll make sure I've got it fully shared out as well. Let me just share it out on my X. Not that I use my X much anymore. And I'm trying to be as best as I can in shots, to be honest with you, for you guys. But it's this booming tripod. I think I need to buy a new one. The bit that I put my camera on to connect it on is getting a bit loose now, so like I need to like tighten it up. But I'm back with my first live stream of 2026, and will be my only live stream of 2026 because I slack at these live streams these days. I was just working out last year, I think I only did 5 live streams. That's like one every 2-3 months. So I'm just going to make sure I've shared this out on my X. Feel free to share me out, guys, and give me a thumbs up as well. Would appreciate it. Right, let's see what we got in the chat tonight. It says there's 5 people watching, 6 thumbs up, which is nice. Well, I'm not going to start at the top because they're messages that were put in before the live stream started. Hey Lee, thanks so much for coming in. Do hope you're doing okay. Happy New Year to you too. Hi Pete, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Do hope you're doing okay. Hey Kristen, welcome. Do hope you're doing okay. Thanks for coming in. Spot with the Ride, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Who else we got in here? Wesley, welcome Wesley. Do hope you're doing okay this evening. And welcome back to this Happy New Year live, where I'm going to be discussing some of my channel plans for 2026. My mum's in the background as well. Hey mum, Happy New Year. Thanks so much for coming in. Do hope you're doing okay. Yeah, Michael, yeah, apologies for that. Welcome. Yeah, I was going to be, because I caught up 15 more minutes, Michael. I know I had originally scheduled the live stream for 7:30 p.m. like UK time. Obviously, that's whatever time that is in your time zone, Michael, and for everybody else. But because I was early, I thought I may as well just start the live stream now, and we'll just do probably about an hour or so. Because I originally had it scheduled for 7:30, but I thought it was going to be about 45 minutes late, but I ended up being ahead of myself by 15 minutes. Evening, Ruben, welcome. Thanks for coming in. I was just about to make a hot chocolate. You know what? I have actually only had one chocolate over one chocolate. No, damn! I've had more than one chocolate. I can tell you that for sure. I've only had one hot chocolate over Christmas, and that was on Christmas Eve. It was. I did my first video for you guys after the Christmas break on Friday, just gone, and it was my what I got for Christmas. If you didn't see that one, feel free to watch that after the live stream. And then tomorrow for you guys, we're going to have the first train video of 2026, even though quite a lot of my train videos are archived ones that I filmed throughout last year. But it's going to be trains at Bescott Stadium coming out for you guys tomorrow evening. And then we're going to have my first official vlog of this year, even though half of this footage was still filmed last year. And it is going to be some of my holiday vlogs from the Lake District, although I think I've only filmed possibly 1 or 2 holiday vlogs, to be honest with you guys. But this is so annoying me in the centre of the screen, but to be honest with you, I can't really do much about it because of the way this tripod's blooming positioned. Hi Jeremy, welcome. Thanks so much for coming in. Do hope you're doing okay. Make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up. I see we've got 10 people in the house, but only 8 thumbs up. Make sure you guys do smash the like button for me, guys. Let's try and get up to 10 thumbs up. Who else we missed in the chat? I think I'm all caught up actually. So yeah, we're going to be discussing tonight my New Year's plans for 2026. As I mentioned, I do have for at least the first couple of weeks, maybe even couple of months, just depends how quick I can get all the rest of the footage out. We will have some archive like train videos of like trains at stations from last year, And then I've also got coming up just a couple more vlogs from when I went to the Lake District, as mentioned. And then I've also got some vlogs that I filmed in October and possibly November last year, but not over Christmas, because I've already uploaded all the Christmas vlogs, obviously, because Christmas is pretty much been and gone. Tomorrow's the 12th night for those of you that do the 12 days of Christmas. And yeah, so but after that, we will start bringing you this year's content, which at the moment I have filmed absolutely nothing. And that's being completely honest, because obviously I did that what I got for Christmas. That obviously I filmed that just before New Year's, and that came out on the Monday. But I do have not much content to be filmed in January. January is usually a bit of a quiet month on the trains and railways. I'm possibly going to be at the end of the month attending another new heritage railway for me. I'm going to be attending the Great Central Railway Winter Steam Gala on the Saturday, the 24th of January. I've actually been able to do it this year because that weekend usually falls around my mum's birthday, and she usually has birthday plans. However, my mum's birthday plans are falling on the Sunday when her birthday is this year, so I'm able to go and do that on the 24th, which is the Saturday. It is. Let's see if I've missed anything else out of the chat. Happy New Year to you too, Brian. Thanks so much for coming in. You're up in Glasgow at the moment, but my brother lives in Glasgow now. I've not actually been for many, many years. We took the LNER up for Newcastle and Scottville. Yeah, because that's because you can actually. I know for ages LNER removed the direct services. However, just before Christmas, Lumo actually now run. I think there's a couple of trains a day into Glasgow Queen Street. I've got no plans as of yet to go back to Glasgow because, to be honest with you, I kind of preferred Edinburgh to Glasgow, and I do want to explore some more other parts of Scotland. To be honest with you, like I do want to do the West Highland main line, because that's supposed to be gorgeous. It is. But yeah, I've been to Glasgow twice and Edinburgh once in Scotland. Thanks so much for sharing me out, Lee. Do appreciate it. So yeah, plans for 2026. As mentioned, at the end of the month, I am going to be attending the Great Central Winter Steam Gala, and that will be my first visit to that heritage rail. I've actually done quite a few heritage railways now, including the one in the Lake District, the Lakeside and Haverwaite Railway. That is going to be a vlog coming up this Friday, the 9th of January. So make sure you guys do have your notification bell on for that one. So that will be coming up as my next vlog. And then I've got other vlogs coming up as and when I need them. However, there will be a slight break in the pre-recorded vlogs because I'm going to get this vlog out, I'd say, as a priority, because I feel like maybe I should put it out as a priority, because if it comes out in a few months' time, this thing would have been and gone, basically. But I will have a vlog, and I will be going to do, right, this is a line which I've been wanting to do for years, a bucket list line. I am going to be riding along the Settle to Carlisle line with Avanti West Coast for Avanti Diverts. I'm not going to tell you what date I'm going, but that will be a vlog that comes out. That's probably going to come out the 16th of January, that vlog. So make sure you guys do have your notification bells on, because I'm going to be filming a vlog of riding Avanti West Coast along the Settle to Carlisle line. I'm really looking forward to doing that vlog for you guys, and that actually will be my first trip of this year. It has been a bit quiet recently, especially around where I live on the West Coast Main Line, because we've had no trains since before Christmas to London. We haven't. It's all been terminating at Rugby or Northampton, so I've not really been out because it's been kind of a demanded timetable all over the place, to be honest with you. And obviously they are still doing these major engineering works up in Penrith, hence the reason for my trip up to the Settle Carlisle line. But we will be explaining that when I do that vlog. But I'm not going to tell you what date, but that will be a vlog coming up, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. I am the Settle to Carlisle line. I've had my eyes to do this trip ever since they announced it a couple of months ago. and I didn't have a date yet, but I do have a date now, which I am doing it. Tickets are booked, so fingers crossed there's no problems, and I'm really looking forward to doing this for Settle Carlisle. So that's going to be my first trip of this year. And then after that will be probably, unless I do something else, because to be honest with you, January. I was looking at the website earlier. January is quite quiet when it comes to like the rail tours and charter train movement. So there's not really going to be much activity for that in January. I think the first one that's coming through my area is not until the 23rd of January. So maybe I'll do something like that. I might, but I don't know yet. But definitely 2 vlogs which I'm going to do, which will both probably come out in January actually, will be Settle to Carlisle with Avanti West Coast, and then the Great Central Railway Winter Steam Carlisle. And then when we move into February, no plans as of yet. We'll probably plan it as it goes along. I will be, but I will try and maybe speed up some of the archive train videos because they've gone all the way back to May last year. To be honest with you, I don't know how I've got a backlog of them. And that moves me on to the next thing. I might try and reduce the number of train videos I film during 2026 because I find that I tend to have a huge backlog of them. And I don't want a ton of videos to have a backlog for, which I currently do. So I probably won't film as many of them. In fact, in January, I've got no plans to film any train videos. A, because it's too cold. We've got this cold snap in the UK at the moment. And B, because I've got this backlog of train videos. But I'm not sure how many I'm going to do in the future because I've read a post from Simon Trains the other week, and he said they don't really do well for his channel. And to be honest with you, they're really hit and miss for my channel. I've had a few which have done alright, like for example Trains at Bolton last year, but then I've had a few that have done not so well, especially over the past few weeks, to be honest with you. But we're still going to try and do a few train videos during 2026, but they're probably going to be scaled back compared to what I filmed this year, to be honest with you, especially during the winter months. There won't be any in January. There won't be. I hope this is all making sense. If you want to replay this live stream afterwards, guys, if you've missed any points I've mentioned, feel free to. And if you've got a question, feel free to put in the live chat in case you want any more further information of what I've just said. Let me try and catch up with the comments. Brian says, can you make us all hot chocolate? I know it's definitely that hot chocolate weather at the moment, is it, with this cold snap, Brian? Wesley asked, do you know which video is coming out next? Yeah, tomorrow is going to be my first train video of 2026, and it's going to be an archive video from last year, trains at Bescott Stadium, back when I was filming West Coast Main Line diverts on the Chase line in late May last year. So, well, God, that's like 9 months ago this video was. It's because I did take a few weeks off because there would have been more normally train videos, but I always take a break over the Christmas and New Year period, to be honest with you. I do, just for family time and stuff. I've been away to make a bit of hot chocolate for a bit. Well, I do like you. I hope you like your hot chocolate, Ruben. I like the Cadbury's hot chocolate, so I do. I missed anything in the chat. I wish I was able to get to the Settle of Carlisle. I'm unable to do it this time round. Oh, that's unfortunate, Ruben. Maybe one day. I'm not sure if there's any more diverts along that route planned in the future. I'm sure you could obviously ride it with Northern still, eventually. But, yeah, I'm not sure after this first 2 weeks of January when the Settle to Carlisle line diverts will be. But I've heard, especially when I watched Geo's Trains vlog last night, that the views are supposed to be absolutely blooming stunning. So I really can't wait for that one. Brian says, are you aware there is some kind of ticket sale from the 6th of January? No? Who's doing a ticket sale, Brian? Just out of curiosity, because that may come in handy. Make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up, guys. We're coming into 15 minutes of the live stream. Make sure you guys do give me a nice big thumbs up in there for me. Let's try and get up to 10 thumbs up if we can. Share me out as well, guys. Let's see if we can get some more people in the house tonight. Ruben says, don't even get me started on the cold snap. I've been in a cold bedroom and one of my adventures soon will be in the snow. We haven't, to be honest with you, we haven't really had any snow here. There was like a tiny really icy and sugar dusting on Friday morning, early hours of the morning, because I did film a short for that. If you didn't see that, feel free to watch it after the live stream. It's just been icy, like the ground's still been quite wet. It has, so it's just been icy and severe frost for the past 2-3 days. Probably gonna get more of it tomorrow as well because there's an ice warning. They did say snow and ice, but I doubt there's gonna be any snow. I'm not seeing anything in the actual forecast for it yet. And then they'll say maybe next week there might be a band of rain coming from like the Atlantic that will turn into like snow. So who knows? As you can tell, one of my second favourite hobbies is the weather. And last year I was discussing, oh, should I start a weather channel? And I've got no plans this year to start a weather channel. Maybe in the future, if I can get this channel growing a bit more, I might start a weather channel maybe. But not anytime soon, to be honest with you. This is just going to be the main channel I focus on for now. You can also find me on Instagram, Sam's Vlogs Trains and More, and Facebook page is Sam's Vlogs Trains and More. So feel free to go and give me a like and follow on them, guys. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, obviously click the subscribe button, it's free. We're on the road to the next milestone of 4,000 subscribers. So yeah, but if you aren't following me, I don't really post too much on Facebook, to be honest with you. I should post really, but I do try and post quite a bit on Instagram. And I've also got Blue Sky, Sam's Vlogs Trains and More, and X, but I don't use X as often as I used to do ever since all that stuff started, which we won't go on to on this live stream. Have I done stations on the Riviera line? Is that down Cornwall way? So no, I've never been to Cornwall in my life. Would love to go there one day, because apparently, especially in the summer, Cornwall is supposed to be beautiful. Hey, 345 Bay, it's been a long time. Do hope you're doing okay, and Happy New Year to you too. Brian says, in regards to the ticket sale, I saw an article online on a Rail forum about a sale. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They normally do a sale like in the first 2-3 months of 2026. So we'll see, or like where I can go with the sale. I remember they did do one last year, and I think I went to 2 places because it was mainly to see where I could get tickets to be honest. So if they do one, I'll have to look into that one. But thanks for bringing that to my attention, Brian. I do appreciate that. Yeah, we're on the snow warning too, Lee, but I doubt we'll get anything, to be honest with you, especially if it comes to like what we got Friday morning. But yeah, it's mainly just been like severe frost and ice around here, to be honest with you. Let's cut up with the chat. I saw that Lee on Instagram. Oh, you're not talking to me there. There's been no snow warnings yet down there. There's snow forecast Wednesday. Yeah, because that in regards to that 345 Bay, I think they're still not sure if it's going to be rain, snow, sleet. Suppose we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? I've got that same warning there, Ruben, but to be honest with you, I doubt I'll get anything. Saw some snow out the window, says Wesley. Brian says, from the government website, discounted train tickets from all operators in Britain will be available to buy from the 6th of January to the 12th of January. I'll have to look into that, Brian, because I genuinely didn't realise that. Yeah, it won't be heavy round here, 345 Bay. As much as I'm about 100 metres above sea level, we really don't really get much snow anymore. I think the last we had about a centimetre or 2 during that lockdown in 2021, and then we had that beast from the east and another snow event in December 2017. Since then, we've not really had any substantial snow, just like a dusting here and there. Because they even last January gave us an amber warning for snow and ice. It was literally just a dusting, like a covering. So I'll believe it when I see it, to be honest with you. Ruben says, thankfully not as bad as... Yeah, Scotland's really bad, especially the Highlands of Scotland, I've heard. Are really bad up there. Anyway, back to what my plans. We got to the end of January. Yeah, so as mentioned, settle to Carlisle line this month and Great Central Railway. And then other plans I've got for February, March, beyond, I don't know. Now Brian's told me I might do some digging and see if there's any other places that I could go to which I've not covered or stuff like that. So we'll just have to see if I can get some tickets for this sale, if it's going to be one. Is that next week? What day are we on? Sunday, yeah, so in a couple of days. So yeah, and in regards to other plans, I do have my first holiday of this year booked for May 2026. I don't know why I keep saying 2026. I think we've all established what year we're in now. So in May, I'm going on holiday, but I'm not going to tell you where. But it's a place that I've already been to in the past, but not for a few years now. And also there's going to be some places which I might go which I've not been to for before. So we'll just see. I'm not sure what vlogs I'm going to be producing from this holiday. Hopefully I'll do a few. But I'm going to be going on holiday in May 2026. And then in terms of other holidays and stuff, don't actually have anything booked as of yet, to be honest with you. And in terms of the summer and beyond, absolutely no clue of what I'm going to be doing. So maybe later on in the year I might do an updated video. I tend to discuss what I'm doing for the first 6 months of the year. So maybe in June, July time, I'll do an updated live stream and discuss what plans I'm doing for this year. If you guys are just joining me, make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up and share me out as well if you want to. I would appreciate it. Thanks everyone for all your love and support. No worries, thanks so much for listening in the background, Kristen. Evening, Simon, Midland Rail enthusiast. Do hope you're doing okay. I'm doing good, thanks. I should be driving soon. That's good to hear, Ruben. Okay, you take care, Wesley. Thanks so much for coming in. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what I've got fully planned as of yet. That holiday in May, and then the 2 trips in January. But other than that, nothing else planned as of yet. There's plenty of places which I would love to go and would go in. I will do, especially now Brian's mentioned that rail sale, and I'll have a look at tickets for that. And yeah, and in regards to other things, there is 2 things that I do need to finish off, and that is one, I need to finish off the Shakespeare line, because I've done the first section down to just beyond Whitlocks. So I need to finish off them stations on the line to Stratford, because there's a few I've still not done. And then I'll try and continue visiting as many train stations as I can in the UK on that train line series I've got. I do plan to at some point, definitely, because I did get a brochure about this back at the Greatest Gathering back in August last year, and that is to do the what's that line called? Crewe to Derby line, because I did do a vlog like travelling down it on, but it's when East Midlands Valley had 156. It's like, this is like 4 years ago now. Yeah, 5 years ago, January 20... No, it wasn't 2021, we're in lockdown then. It was 4 years ago, January 2022. I had a brief ride down the Crewe to Derby line, but I've never actually got out any of the stations, so that'll be a vlog I've probably come up as part of my train line series, because as mentioned, I did pick up a brochure in regards to some information on that line when I was at the Greatest Gathering last year. I'm going to hopefully try and do some more train lines. The way I've been trying to do these train lines is, if I'm in that, so happen to be in that area, and the train line is quite a small line, I'll do it there and then. Like, for example, the reason why I've randomly done the Reading to Basingstoke line, for example, because that's nowhere near where I am, is because I happened to be down in that area last 2 years ago, 2023, so 3 years ago actually, this summer. So I thought, whilst I was in the area, it was when Reading Green Park opened. God, that was May 23 now. God, that feels like a long time ago. I happened to be, obviously, may as well do the rest of the stations on the that line, so that's why I've randomly done that line. But the way I tend to do it is, where I'm based in Warwickshire, I tend to do the train lines like I'll do one that's like semi-local to me, like the Shakespeare line, and then I'll gradually go up and down the country visiting them all at once. So eventually, in about 20 years, I'll go up to Scotland. Just depends how quickly we're able to do all these train lines. But definitely, my priority will be to finish off the Shakespeare line at some point. Don't know when yet, though. We'll just have to see about that. And then, yeah. Is there anything else to say on that, to be honest with you? No, to be honest with you. And then I haven't really got any other else things planned. If I do, and they're worthy of sharing, I probably will do. Let's see if I've not missed anything in the chat. 345 Bay says, I'll be going on holiday on my birthday this year. Ain't to October yet, still got a long way off. Oh, very, very nice, 345 Bay. Are you going anywhere nice? But if you want to share it, if not, doesn't matter. I'm still annoyed at how low I'm down, but it's just this blooming camera angle. The 810s are now in service, hoping to get one this year. Yeah, I rode it actually on the launch day. I did. If you didn't see that vlog, that was just about 3 weeks before Christmas. Make sure you guys do check it out after the live stream. I see we've got over 10 thumbs up now, guys. So thanks so much for the thumbs up. If you haven't already given me a thumbs up for today's live stream, I would appreciate it. Share me out as well if you can. Yeah, I did ride the 810s on release day, and I thought they were good trains. However, I didn't see them as a capacity increase over the Maderians, to be honest with you. I thought if they maybe doubled them up to have a 10 car, then there'll be a capacity increase, because it was really busy on the day. That partly plus probably because it was the launch service, but I think 5 cars when you've got 1.5 first class sections, yeah, it's not good enough, especially when Avantia have the 4 for standard class carriages and their Veros, which is the same IETs, and 1 first class. I thought there wasn't that massive of a capacity increase, but yeah, but if you didn't see that vlog anyway, I discussed details on the 810s in that vlog. Let's see who else we got in the chat tonight. I've been on 1345 Bay that they kept on getting swapped for 7 car Maderas. Yeah, I've seen that, Ruben. Right, I can unpin that message now. I'm here. Midland Railway for you says, I can't believe it's Lincoln to Crewe as well as Newark Castle to Crewe. Yeah, EMI updated the timetable, didn't they? So now they've completely changed it. I think they do Matlock to Grimsby Cleethorpes now, and I think it's Lincoln to Crewe. But then I think the services to Leicester now only run to Nottingham. I'm not sure on that. Ruben might know more on that, because he lives in the East Midlands, but East Midlands have completely changed the regional timetable. I think there's 2 trains an hour now, Nottingham to Lincoln, but then Leicester is just Leicester to Nottingham. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the Norwich to Liverpool remains the same. Ruben might know some more information on that. Simon, Midland Rail enthusiast. I haven't really travelled with EMA before. I've travelled with them a couple of times when I've done trips in and around the East Midlands 345 Bay, because obviously they are the operator of the East Midlands. I feel like I'm behind in the chat. Hey Jesse, thanks so much for putting in. Do hope you're doing okay. Thanks so much for the raid. Do appreciate it. I'll have to catch your replay of your premiere afterwards, Jesse, your video. I'll watch after the live stream. Hi Sam, Devon Transport Videos. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Do hope you're doing okay. I'd like to travel on my new 810s. Have you not been on them yet, Simon? I thought you lived around that area. Forgive me, have you moved? I thought you lived in the Derby area. Is my mic on? I haven't actually got the microphone tonight. I only tend to use the microphone when I'm in a loud environment, and because I'm just in my bedroom at home, I'm just going live straight through the audio off my iPad. It should be working fine. Yeah, I can hear myself on my end. It must be something on your end, Sam. 11 likes in the live stream. Yep, we've got 11 likes now. Let's see if we can get up to 15 thumbs up. So you've got 12 people in the house tonight, guys. If you can share it out, that would be appreciated. Let's see if we can get some more people in the house. Russian Wing Mountain, welcome. Thank you. Do hope you're doing okay. Yeah, Sam, I can hear myself on my end. You might need to refresh the chat. Yeah, thanks so much for reminding people to thumbs up. Pete, do appreciate it. Oh, Jesse can hear me fine. That's good then. Hey, John, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Do you hope you're doing it? Yeah, I think that'll be for the best if you refresh, Sam. Yeah, do hope you're doing okay. I forgot who I was talking to now. Forgive me for that, but I completely forgot. I've lost my trail of thought. Anyway, we'll just start here. Ruben says, this was me discussing the EMR trains, right? They took Lincoln and Grimsby away from Leicester. Oh yeah, it's just Leicester to Nottingham now. Thanks for clarifying that, Ruben. I wonder why they made these decisions. I've often wondered that, you know. Yeah, I've travelled with EMR Stoke-on-Trent to Crewe on the 170 last year. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of the East Midlands now, 345 base, especially on the 170s. But I probably will do some more of the East Midlands because there is parts like I've never actually been up to Lincoln yet. I haven't. What do I think to Great Western Rail withdrawing their HSTs? Well, they were quite old trains now. They do have replacements. They've got Transport for Wales 175. So I only actually ridden a 175 once, and that was for a quick ride between Wilmslow and Crewe many years ago. So yeah, they were really quite old trains. It is quite sad though, because obviously they were quite obviously historic trains, and I did really like the HSTs. But I'm sure we will still have like some HSTs and rail tours and stuff, hopefully, and maybe at heritage rails. We'll have to see. It's a shame though. I think ScotRail still has HSTs for now. I'm not sure how long they're going to have HSTs for though. Ruben also says the 158 seems to do Leicester to Nottingham, not seen as Turbo Star do it yet. Oh wow, really, Ruben? Because last year it was all Turbo Stars and the odd 158. I take it then the 158s don't really do the Norwich Liverpools very often then. No worries, Jesse. Yeah, make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up for tonight's live stream. I live about 13 miles out of Derby. Oh, fair enough, Midland Rail enthusiasts. Brian says, I'm heading to Leeds in February on Transparent Express to York, then dreaded cross-country to Leeds. So don't get me started on cross-country. I do try and avoid them at all costs. So I haven't actually done a big trip on cross-country probably since I went on them down to Reading in March last year. But then I don't recall doing a big trip with them because I didn't actually get down to Bristol last year, and that would involve cross-country. But I've actually not done a big trip with cross-country for quite a while. I went to York with them, but when I came back, when I did York and Scarborough, if you didn't see them vlogs, then I'll probably make a playlist. But I avoided cross-country like the plague coming back off my holiday from York and Scarborough, because I did York for 2 nights and I did have to travel across country Birmingham to York, but then I went over to Scarborough with Transparent Express and had 2 nights in Scarborough. This was June last year, and then on my way back home I decided to get Transparent Express all the way from Scarborough to Manchester Piccadilly, and it was a nice ride, to be honest with you. It was completely less busy than cross country. And then I went across to Piccadilly from Victoria and then caught the train home from there. Much easier with Transparent Express and Avanti West Coast. Honestly, I avoid cross country at all costs. I could do a whole rant on cross country, but I'd still be sitting here come midnight. But I'll try and avoid them at all costs. But I probably will end up travelling with them at some point, because there's some places where you got no blooming choice. In fact, we'll mention one thing about cross country, and for those of you that live around in the UK, especially like West Midlands area, this may affect you. Like before Christmas, I heard some information that cross country were removing the calls at Birmingham International and Coventry. They haven't done this yet, but it might be from the May timetable. And I'm just wondering what you guys all think about this, because for me, it's kind of a bit annoying, because if I want to go down to the south coast, not that I've ever been to the south coast, but Reading, for an example, if I want to go down to Reading to get connections across like the Thames Valley and places like that, when I did Newbury last March, that's a bit annoying because I'd obviously have to get to Coventry and get the train across country. But apparently, to one of their ways that they may avoid overcrowding is apparently they're going to remove the calls at Birmingham International and Coventry, and the Manchester to Bournemouth services are going to go straight from Birmingham New Street to Leamington Spa. And now this is what I don't agree with. I know that they've got overcrowding concerns, but I think personally that what they should do is make the trains pick up only at Birmingham International and Coventry. I think that might be an alternative to do it, because then you only get, because the reason why they're discussing this to get rid of the calls at Birmingham International and Coventry was because apparently quite a lot of people were using it just to travel between Birmingham and Coventry and International and vice versa and Wolverhampton, and they're saying that people should really use West Midlands Railway and London North Western services. And I kind of agree. If you're travelling between like Wolverhampton, Stafford, Birmingham, Cov, etc., International, you should really use London North West and West Midlands Railway, and even Avanti, because they do have longer trains than cross country's 4 or 5 car voyages that they usually use. And yeah, they're saying that we're going to remove the stops at Birmingham International and Coventry to avoid overcrowding, basically. And I think this is quite bad, because it means that people that genuinely are coming from, let's say, for example, Coventry mainly, because if people from Birmingham New Street, it wouldn't affect because the train's still going to go to the south coast. Internationally, it might not affect as much because you could still go into New Street and get the train from there. But especially Coventry, that removing the stops there basically removes an hourly train to Leamington and Banbury and Oxford. And I think that is a bad idea. If they really don't want people to travel on them cross-country trains to Coventry, in my opinion, they should make it pick-up only at Birmingham International and Coventry, and then run the trains down to the south coast. Now, if I'm going to Leamington or Banbury, this might not be a problem, because obviously West Midlands Railway do run a local train between Leamington and Nuneaton via Coventry. They do. I've travelled in it hundreds of times with it being just up the road from me. But they only go to Leamington, not Banbury. So if I want to go Banbury, I'd still have to change at Leamington if cross country removed the stops at International and Coventry. However, it might not be a bad idea in the future if I'm travelling to Oxford, for example, because this is a way I could also avoid cross country anyway, even if these plans don't go ahead. But the East-West Rail was due to open in December, aka a few weeks ago. It didn't actually open. So that now has probably been delayed to hopefully the first half of this year. And when that East-West Rail does open, that'll be another plan for 2026 if I do happen to do that vlog, which I probably will do. It might not necessarily be on the opening day. I'll try and get it to be on the opening day. I'll do East-West Rail. But if I'm going down to Oxford in the future, it will be easier for me just to change at Milton Keynes rather than going into Coventry and getting the cross-country train down to Oxford. It might be annoying though if I want to go further to like Reading, Basingstoke, Winchester and Bournemouth, because I won't have that service. So that's the annoying thing. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see if cross-country do remove the stops at Birmingham International and Coventry. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that information with you guys. And what's your guys' opinion on that? Do you agree with them removing the cross-country stops at Birmingham International Coventry if you live kind of like the West Midlands area, or even if you don't and you still use them services? Or a good idea? I'd love to know your thoughts, because in my opinion, if they're going to do it, they should still pick up at Birmingham International and Coventry. Make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up as well if you haven't already done so. stay in the live chat if you want to hear some more of my plans for 2026, because I've realised I did miss a few things, including new train videos. But not train videos, new train stations which are going to be opening, which I will be visiting. So I'm just going to catch up with the live chat, and then we'll discuss that momentarily. Where was I? I was at Brian's comment about cross country. I'm heading to Leeds in February. I'm Transparent Express to York, then dreaded cross country to Leeds. Maybe you should use. I'm heading to February on Transit Express to York, and can you not? Oh yeah, you can't really use you could change for another Transparent Express service from York to Leeds, Brian. That's the only thing I do, John. Eh? What did I miss? Ruben says to Brian, I wish you got Brian. After I sat on the floor and avoided not long ago, I pray and hope it doesn't go down after you. Yeah, then becoming voyages, Ruben. Anyway, Calvin Lou 6304. Thanks so much for coming in. Do hope you're doing okay. I'm doing good. There's now a snow forecast overnight tonight. 50% chance. I don't know if they're still going to be around here. Oh, hey Kevin, thanks so much for coming in. Do you hope you're doing okay? Ruben says no. Agree with cross country move and Bangor International and Coventry. They need those services to get to all the stops towards Reading. Yeah, and that's what I read about them removing the stops at International and Coventry. I mean, I personally think that they should maybe remove the stops for dropping off passengers at International and Coventry. Because let's be realistic, if you're travelling from Birmingham to like Cov or International, you don't need to get the cross-country services. I never get them if I'm going between Birmingham and Coventry. I always get Avanti, London North Western. I do, but the problem is, that's what they're thinking about doing. I need a sip of my drink. I've been talking for nearly 45 minutes. But then you could argue, oh, but people from Manchester will be affected by this. And yeah, that's one argument too, that if people are going to Coventry and International from Manchester, that might be a bit of a problem too. But it might not be a problem as much because they could change at New Street and get a local train, especially if they're going to International. And I suppose if you go to Coventry, the Avantis run to Rugby anyway. You could just go from there to Cov. So I don't know. We'll just have to keep an eye on this. And this cross country does do this change where they get rid of the stops at International and Coventry. Well, and if they did, it would mean there's significantly less traffic on that section too. That's my drink for now. To see about that, Ruben. John says, "Yep, snow tonight during the UK." Yeah, I'm gonna check the forecast once I've finished this live stream, and if I do happen to see maybe a bit more snow, I might do another YouTube short. We'll have to see. 345 Bay says, I've only been to Birmingham once, hoping to do Stratford upon Avon this year. I wouldn't agree with the removing the service as it will mess up for other commuters. The thing is, 345 Bay, cross country isn't really a commuter service. There's stops around the larger towns that might be for commuters. Cross country is a long operator mainly. You tend to get just commuting on cross, especially on the voyages. Maybe ignore that, because on the regional routes, and the Turbostar routes, you can get more commuters on that route. For example, people travel between Birmingham and Leicester and Nottingham. That's a bit of a commuter route, it is, because it's only cross country that does that section. But for example, Cov Birmingham isn't commuter route for cross country. People tend to get a van to London North West and West Midlands Rail. It's actually cheaper. And same applies for people travelling between Wolverhampton, Stafford and Birmingham. It's not for commuters. There's West Midlands Railway and Avanti. And also same applies for other routes, like Birmingham, Cheltenham. I don't know to be honest with you. 345 Bay, but it's not a commuter service as such. It's a long distance operator cross country. But I suppose some commuters might use the service if it happens to serve their local station and gets them where they need to be. Jeremy says rain here than snow. We haven't really had any rain recently. We had a little bit of like drizzly rain just before Christmas. We did, but then Christmas was dry, so was New Year, and then Monday we had that snow flurry. But then they're saying midweek next week there could be a band of rain which might turn into sleet or snow, so we'll just have to see about that. If I do any weather shorts, feel free to check the channel, because if there is a bit more snow, I might do one. If there's just a snow flurry like tonight, I'm probably not going to do a weather short, because I've already done one like the other day, so that might get a bit boring. But if I see a bit more rain and snow, then I might do a weather short. We'll just have to see. Yeah, Stratford-upon-Avon, though, 345 Bay, is a beautiful town to visit. I have been there a few times now. There's a few stations on the Shakespeare line, as I mentioned earlier on in the live stream, which I'm still yet to visit, so I need to do part 2. I'm not sure if it probably will be a 2-part Shakespeare line. I've already done part 1. And finish off some of the stations which I've not yet done down that line. Yeah, John. Now Christmas and New Year's pretty much over. I'm looking forward to spring and the weather's getting warmer. As much as I like the snow, it can be a bit of annoying to travel in. Especially, I don't want any. I say I don't want any snow when I do South to Carlisle line. I mean, if there has been snow and it's not disruptive, I'm sure the views will look even more stunning. However, snow does cause disruption on the trains. It does. Jeremy, you're tired of snow, and we've not even had any round here. Besides that tiny bit of ice and sugar the other morning. 345 Bay says, if Avanti or London North Western Railway have delays around the area, cross country is the only service that runs on time if cross country can. 345 Bay, to be honest with you, no. They actually don't run. If you're thinking about the Birmingham to Coventry route for cross country, if there's disruption on that section, cross country will not stop at Birmingham International or Coventry. Even if they're booked to stop there. If there's, I don't know, tree on the line, fatality, signalling failure that does lots of disruption, they'll just will cancel the stops at International and Coventry, and they'll just divert by Solihull 345 Bay. So yeah, because when there's delays, it kind of affects all 3 companies on that section. It's the same for like Birmingham, Wolverhampton. They'll just divert via Bescott. They will. But that section between Wolverhampton and Stafford, there's no diversion route for cross country, because I don't think cross country sign the Trent Valley line anymore. They don't. So then they might pick up passengers for Avanti or London North Western. They might, if there's disruption between Wolverhampton and Stafford. But if there's disruption between Cov and Wolverhampton via Birmingham, cross country will be affected as well as Avanti and West Midlands, because they'll just divert around the area, which will also cause delays, basically, for Barry. So it wouldn't make a difference. Brian says, tomorrow I'm taking a train from Glasgow to Weymouth Bay, then the ship over to Rovsay and the Isle of Bute. Very, very nice, Brian. You have a good time. We've got frost and it's starting to snow. Alright. Yeah, we've got nothing here. It's just cloudy. Dropping down to -5 now. We do have that warning from 8 PM. It is 10 to 9. It says there's a 40% chance. Let's have a look at the map. You guys have got me intrigued now. Oh, it does look like there's a system that's coming through Stoke-on-Trent. Is there any snow in that system though? Oh yeah, there's some snow, like Staffordshire area. Not sure if that's going to come down my way towards Warwickshire. I have no idea, but that's around Staffordshire area at the moment. But nothing around my area. It's just dry. And it's got quite cloudy now, though, according to this map. So we'll just have to see how it pans out. If there is any snow, I might do a short, as mentioned. Drops, it'll be bad for the commuters. Yeah, if there's problems on that line, it is really annoying 345 bed, because it's not the diversionary route is to avoid Coventry and International altogether, and cross country would divert via Solihull, and Avanti would divert up the Trent Valley line, and London North Western and West Midlands would just cancel the trains, and they'll tell you, oh, get National Express West Midlands between Coventry and Birmingham, and then we're going to put a coach on between Northampton and Coventry. They will. Or Avanti might divert some of the Birmingham services via Stafford and then take them back down the Trent Valley line. I'm sure Avanti, when they had the Voyagers, they actually used to sign the section via Water Orton. They did, because I remember I did a few trains at the Nuneaton about 5-6 years ago. I think it was 2020, and they did have some Voyagers which went up the North Warwickshire line to not North Warwickshire line, the Birmingham-Peterborough line, on that section between the Nuneaton and Birmingham. However, I don't think the Avanti Averos sign that section anymore, which is a little bit annoying, because I feel like they should sign that section, because if there is problems at International Cov, that means they can divert through there, and it's probably a bit quicker than diverting via Stafford and down the Trent Valley. Because I remember when I went for the launch of the West Midlands Railway 196s back in October 2022, I did go on a mystery tour between Rugby and Birmingham. Because there was, I think there was a complete signal failure or overhead line issue around Coventry. So we were supposed to stop at Coventry International and terminate at New Street. We just did stop at Coventry International. We went all the way up to Stafford and then went back through Wolverhampton to Birmingham that way. I got there about an hour late and missed the 196 service to Shrewsbury. But I did go to Wolverhampton and catch it then. So yeah, that's one time I've been affected by that. But I've not actually been affected. Touch wood. Where's wood? My desk is made of wood. I've not actually been affected by any disruption on that line ever since, really. Where was I? Jeremy John says, yeah, I slipped over today walking. I was wearing boots. Oh wow! I mean, I was going to go out for a walk today to the shop because I need to get something. I forgot what it is I need to get now, but I didn't end up doing that because I was helping my mum to start to take the Christmas decorations down. I've still got Christmas decorations down, including the ones in my room, and then the lights will come down Tuesday after the 12th night, which is tomorrow. And I've got one other tree which also needs to be taken down tomorrow. But yeah, we'll go out for a walk tomorrow, and if there is snow, that would make for an interesting walk, John. 42 Fahrenheit in degrees, Michael. What's 42 Fahrenheit in degrees? Oh, 5. It's minus. It's minus 1. It was like -4. minus 4. 4 minus 1 is -4. 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 4 Yeah, will be, John. Hopefully no ice. Thankfully there's none on my path at the moment, because I did check. And it's not wet either, so unless we do get any snow overnight, there shouldn't be any ice on the path, which is good. I'm sorry, as I don't normally go via the West Midlands unless I go to Birmingham or Stratford-upon-Avon or Alton Towers. Chiltern Railways actually for Fireberry. Before the panic did run London to Stratford-upon-Avon and to change at Leamington Spa. You do. I'm not sure if they'd ever bring that back because at the moment now you obviously get the trains between London and Birmingham more. And if you're going to Stratford, you have to Leamington local Chiltern service. And I'm actually not really sure why Chiltern Stratford from Leamington. I thought it'd be West Midlands Rail in that service, but Hassan and Warwick are West Midlands Railway stations, so I do find it a bit bizarre how it is Chiltern that run that train. But I suppose if you come from London, you've kind of got two options to get to Birmingham. You've got Chiltern Railways on the Chiltern Main Line, and then a van to London North Western on the West Coast Main Line. I've still got 15 people in the house, which is nice, but we haven't quite got 15 thumbs up yet. So if you haven't rated it, won't be able to go anywhere until it gets sorted. Until what gets sorted? 3 for 4. Oh, your train tickets. I'm with you now. Brian says, have you ever travelled with Lumo yet? I think they'll be starting a new route on the West Coast Main Line. No, but Ruben hasn't travelled with Lumo either. That was because, and also I like to apologise for the fact I didn't do a New Year's stream. But the reason for that is because what I was going to film was Lumo tested on the West Coast Main Line. There was supposed to be a few test services, however, they never actually ran before Christmas. And obviously with the West Coast Main Line closure up in Penrith at the moment, they won't be running them services again until the second half of January. So that might be a vlog I also do, and I forgot to mention it earlier, so my apologies. So if they do these test services, I probably will go out and film a video on the future Lumo services on the West Coast Main Line. And then one day, because they're supposed to be running London Euston Stirling, and one day, once they start that West Coast Main Line route up, I probably will try Lumo out. Because the problem is, Lumo run on the East Coast Main Line between London, King's Cross, straight to Newcastle, then Morpeth, Edinburgh, they do. So there's no stop really near me for Lumo. Obviously they stop at Stevenage to pick up, but there's no stop, like they don't even stop at Peterborough like Aldi Arders. So that's obviously my nearest East Coast Main Line station, Peterborough. But so yeah, that's one of the reasons why I haven't actually tried out Lumo, is because they run on the East Coast Main Line, there's no stop near me for Lumo. So unless I happen to be in the area, which I haven't been, I can't really ride them basically. But when they introduce this West Coast Main Line service, I might be able to ride it, because it's going to be obviously run on the West Coast Main Line. It's pretty twisted my bloody neck then. What did I miss? 3 for 5 Bay says, it'll be right for me as cross country don't run Euston. It's a van to London North Western, but then they terminate before Coventry due to severe delays. Cross country won't be running as well. Yes, there is problems. Like on the West Coast Main Line, he's travelling to London. If you are with London North Western and West Midlands Railway, and there is problems between like Covent International New Street, they would either start/terminate at Northampton, Rugby or Coventry. They will do, because that's what's happened in the past. Just a few weeks ago, when there was complete loss of signal at Coventry, most of them were terminating at Rugby or Coventry. They were, but if there's usually like obviously Chiltern also run up to Birmingham Wall Street, and that's usually ticket acceptance on them. They do, and the van to usually divert round the area normally. But hopefully you'll be fine, 345A. The stream is freezing. Don't see any problem. Oh, yeah, that's a bit weird. Yeah, it did go a bit funny a few minutes ago. I think it's fine now. It's supposed to have bloody 5G full fibre Wi-Fi, so blame EE if the stream's freezing. Or it might be the weather, it might be the cold weather, who knows. If it does cut out, I probably won't restart because it's about the hour mark now. But yeah, I don't know why it was freezing then, Ruben. Apologies. Let me just put a message in the chat. Yeah, I'll just put a message in the chat. 345 Bay says, when they go to Stratford, they'll probably go via Chiltern from Marylebone as they can change at Warwick or go to Spa and stay there for a bit, then get the service to Stratford. Yeah, that's probably for the best for Bay if you're going to Stratford. You'd have to go all the way into Birmingham, change stations and then go back down. Yeah. Now, finish off the live stream. New train stations opening because I will try and attend again stations openings. As I mentioned before, East West Rail was supposed to be opening just before Christmas. However, it happened. They are saying hopefully it'll be the first half of this year, so we'll see. And if they do, I will try and get it down opening day. If not, within a few days after, like that, which will be operated by 196s. We do, and also we've got a couple of new stations opening in the West Midlands. Actually, apparently with the first half of this year as well. Okay, you take care. Thanks so much for coming in, Lee. Do appreciate it. And you take care too. Thanks very much for coming in, Brian. I'm probably going to be on for a couple of more minutes. Just got one or two more things to say. And then, yeah, new stations. There is supposed to be new stations opening in the West Midlands next year, including the Camp Hill line stations between Kings Norton and Birmingham, Kings, Mosley Hill and Pineapple Road. Also between Wolverhampton and Walsall in that section, Willenhall and Darlaston are supposed to be opening. So there'll be new stations. The West Midlands opening. I'll try and attend them. Maybe on opening day, if not within a few days of opening day. So you guys will have to look forward to them videos. And yeah, I'm not sure. They're the main ones that are opening. And obviously, if that Lumo service on the West Coast Main Line does run, I'll probably will try out Lumo for the first time. And yeah, that is pretty much all for my plans for 2026. Maybe in the summer, if plans change and I've got more plans, I'll update you, because I may discuss plans for the first 6 months of the year as such, to be honest with you. So yeah. Let's take a pineapple to Pineapple Road, says Ruben. I feel like I should, but I don't even like pineapple. That would be something funny to do, though. Yeah, same. I'll visit the new stations once they open. And yeah, so make sure you guys do have the notification bells on, so you send in my upcoming videos. Train videos, they'll probably still be weekly train videos. However, you never know. Here and there, if I need to catch up, I'll probably will fling in and training videos and maybe the odd weekend one, especially over the winter months. And then vlogs will definitely be on Fridays unless otherwise announced in any community post. So just community tab as well, guys. I regularly post updates in that. But that's pretty much all I've covered tonight. And to be honest with you, quite a few people are starting to leave now. So I probably am going to wrap things up. So hope everyone had a good Christmas and Happy New Year. If you want to become a member of the channel, you can do a join button down there. Like the live stream if you haven't already done so. And if you are watching on the replay, I thank you very much. And if you want to go back and said in the live stream, feel free to do so. You're welcome. And also, if you're not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free because we are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. And as mentioned, make sure you have the bell for all notifications. Right, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. And yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Take care, everybody. Bye, all guys. Peace out.